Hello and welcome to Tome of Uselessness. I'm Devin.
I'm Dan.
And this is our podcast.
Welcome to it.
Yay.
Our first Christmas or holiday episode.
Yes, because it's December now, which means that holiday decorations have been up since August.
At least just before Halloween.
No, I think...
In some places.
I think... we have elephants upstairs or something.
You know, it's just a herd.
It's a herd, yeah. So I think Canadian Tire, Costco, and the Bay have had them up since August.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know in some places you can, get them, but they're not in display. You know?
No, these were, full on display. I'm pretty sure Costco puts up Christmas trees, August.
I'm one of those people.
And then they just add more,
Sure.
every week.
Yeah, I love holiday time, and I'm all about it. After
Me too.
December 1st.
Yeah,
Give
December...
people, Halloween happened, November's chill out time.
Yeah.
Especially in Canada and stuff. We got Remembrance Day, America, Veterans Day, Britain. I think they call it Armistice Day in Europe. But anywho. But it's it's already Christmas assault. It's
yeah, I know.
Just give me some chill time.
Just chill a bit. Just chill. I could see, I prefer to start after December 1st.
Yeah.
But I could see the argument for after November 24th, because then it's a month until Christmas Eve.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like that last weekend of November, and then you can start maybe decorating or getting your stuff together or whatever.
Tony decorated a bit. He put Christmas lights up on our toy shelf.
Actually, I saw that, yeah.
Yeah. Looks good, but I didn't want to put up a tree this year because our tree's in our cold storage, and my desk is in front of the cold storage because we just don't have that much space. We kind of utilize it. So I didn't want to get the tree. I don't know if that's a little bit Grinchy of me, but it's just such a hassle, and our house is already a mess all the time anyways, Are you going to put up a tree?
Yeah, I usually do. I have a small one. I think it's 4 feet tall or so. And then, it's got the lights built in. Plug it in.
Yeah, that's what ours has too.
Yeah, I got some silver and some white Christmas balls and the star. Bam.
Nice. Where are you going to put it?
I don't know this year. I think probably down there. Where people can't see.
Beside your TV?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's very festive of you, Dan. I think we're going to... Tony's making me a wreath.
Ooh.
So we've got a wreath that has, antlers and shit on it.
Nice.
And then we did he did the toy shelf, and I think we're going to put some, around the ceiling.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll feel festive, but we just won't have a tree.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so we just watched a Christmas movie.
We did.
And we'll get into it in a minute, but we wanted to talk about a few other things first. But it's a classic Christmas movie that warms your heart.
Yes, very much so it did.
Yeah.
Well, and I wanted to bring up, Christmas movies. Because everyone has their classic idea of Christmas movies, and so I wanted to talk briefly about, say, the top 3 of Devin and I. Well,
nice.
Because this was my idea here, so I'm ambushing Devin with the question. There's a vice versa here.
Yeah, except you're not ambushing me because you gave me ample warning.
Yeah, but it's...
Yeah, not like when I ambush you, and then we just get the truth.
Yes.
Hard nugget of truth.
What, are you lying about the Christmas movies now?
Yeah, clearly.
Oh, okay.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Right.
Okay, so... Before I get into my top 3, I have to admit that this year I have been all about the Hallmark Christmas movies that they play on W. They're so bad, but they're so addicting.
Right.
They're incredibly stupid. And I don't know who the audience is for. I don't know if it's supposed to be women with children, or I'm pretty sure it's not for men.
I would imagine so.
But there's these crazy stupid love stories that always involve Santa and Christmas magic and shit.
Sure.
It's awful, but I keep watching them. They're bad.
It's they know their audience.
Yeah. Okay, so my top 3.
Yeah.
Okay, when I was a kid, it was all about Charlie Brown's Christmas.
Nice. Good choice.
And my brother Peter was actually obsessed with that movie, so we'd watch it all year round. So I haven't seen it in a few years because I kind of got Charlie Browned out.
Sure.
And I don't... don't really like the Christian overtones in it.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever. Just, I don't need Christianity in my Christmas.
Indeed.
Yeah, so like I grew up watching that and like Home Alone, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And Rudolph and the Grinch and all those kind of...
Yeah, I was going to say, those claymation ones I almost put in a separate category because they're like the classic...
Super classic.
Yeah. Like, I used to watch them a ton as well.
And even though it wasn't claymation, the Frosty the Snowman...
Yeah.
And like that cartoon.
Yes.
And the Grinch, obviously, was... Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But as an adult, I'd say I watch Love Actually every year.
Nice.
Yeah. Which is a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was actually funny because Dan came into the shop when my boss was working and then she was talking about it. She's like acting out scenes. And then I watched it a few days later and then all I could think about was her acting. It was funny.
Yeah, that movie, I enjoyed it far more than I thought I was ever going to when I first saw it.
I think most people do.
Yeah. Because it's... Like, yeah, it's a cheesy-ish rom-com kind of thing, but it's like it tells its separate stories so well that it just really draws you in.
Yeah, and it does a good job of balancing that cheesiness with like some kind of soul-crushingness, you know? It's like the storyline of Laura Linney, where she's got like her brother that keeps calling her. And that she keeps giving, and she never gets like her love of her life because she's too busy taking care of her brother. Yeah, like that's like sad but sweet, and like the Professor Snape and Nanny McPhee storyline. Yeah, where she finds out that he's giving this gold necklace to someone else.
To someone else, yeah.
And she like kind of has that beautiful scene where she opens the present thinking it's a gold necklace for her, but it's actually a Joni Mitchell CD, and then she goes and like kind of cries in her room, but then straightens the bed and goes out and acts like nothing happened. Yeah. Like, it's pretty sad, right?
Oh, very much, yeah.
And then that's balanced, obviously, with the Bill Nighy stuff where...
Yeah, it's got the Dark Horse Christmas song.
Yeah, the Dark Horse. So funny. Yeah. So it does a good balance of, like, sweet and charming and also sad.
Yeah, and like I said, like the story, they are well contained. Yeah. That they all have like a...
But they all have like, they're all intertwined in some way or another.
But they all have like their own beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you follow them and you want to know what happens next.
I did not love like the Keira Knightley storyline.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that.
It's a little bit creepy.
Yes.
That he's all like in love with her and never told... I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. That's all.
Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't like the wedding dress she wore either.
Well, I'll say, okay, so for my number 3.
Okay.
Go back and forth here if you want.
Oh, I don't know if that was my number... These aren't ranked for me.
Well, okay, it's the first one you said.
Okay, yeah. Okay. What's your number 3, Dan?
We'll go with, it's Die Hard.
Okay.
Which is just classic Christmas action movie, right?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous and over the top, but it's so much fun and so hilarious, and you can't help but laugh at ho ho ho, now I have a machine gun.
I don't think I've ever watched the whole thing.
Oh my god. Yeah. It's really good.
But apparently, okay, so you know how TV edits, they edit out like fucker or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes they replace it.
Yes, his the replacement of his final line.
Was I know there's like a couple different ones, but my favorite one is Yippee-ki-yay, gentle lover.
Yeah, they really did a butchery on that one.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
But yeah, that is my number 3. I watch it quite often, and it's usually on TV. And it's, like I said, it's pretty classic.
Yeah, got Alan Rickman, Professor Snape's in that one too.
That was his breakout role.
This is maybe like a theme.
Yeah, that he's in all great movies.
He's in all great movies, yes.
Yeah, that was his breakout role.
Yeah, because
Hans Gruber.
He got into acting later in life, which is not something you usually see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, that's my number 3.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So my next movie is really bad, but I watch it every year.
Yeah.
I really like... And it's not even that I don't know what it is. I just watch The Holiday every year.
Sure.
So it's got Cameron Diaz and Jude Law. And then it also has Cate Blanchett and Jack Black.
Right. And they're like in a cabin or something like that, aren't they?
No,
or like on a beach.
What it is like...
They're not on a beach? Okay, I'm thinking of a different film then. Sorry.
Okay, so Cate Blanchett is in England.
Right.
And she lives in a little cottage. And Cameron Diaz is in LA, and she lives in a big house. And she made millions making trailers, editing trailers. And then Cate Blanchett is in love with her boss, and he kind of like uses her for like to advance his career, but he's actually like, they used to date, and then he broke up with her. No, she broke up with him because she was cheating on her.
Okay, yeah.
And so at the very beginning of the movie, we find out that he's getting engaged to the woman that he cheated on her with.
Nice.
And she like has a bit of a mental breakdown.
Sure.
Cameron Diaz is dating a guy, and she figures out that he cheated with his secretary, so she kicks him out. But her thing is like, she can't cry. She cried when her parents got divorced and never cried again.
Right.
So he's all like, you're a heartless bitch. And she's like throwing shit out. Anyways, they decide to do a house swap for the holiday.
Right.
And then Cameron Diaz meets Cate Blanchett's... Is that Cate Blanchett? No, it's a different Kate.
Oh, no. Is it Kate Winslet?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Kate Winslet. Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Okay, no, yeah, that's all right.
So she...
They're both great actresses.
Yeah, they're both great actresses.
Yeah.
So she meets Kate Winslet's brother, who's Jude Law.
Right.
And they fall in love, and then it turns out he has like a family. Not like a wife, but his kids. He's a widower.
Right.
And then Kate Winslet, not Cate Blanchett, falls in love with Jack Black, who's like a shitty girlfriend, and then she like dumps him, and they end up falling in love. But... It's really stupid.
Fair enough.
It's a stupid rom-com.
Okay.
But I fucking like it.
But does it take place around the holidays, I guess, or no?
Yeah, it takes place at Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
takes place around
yeah.
Christmas time? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. That's the holiday, right?
That's the holiday part.
Christmas,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I thought it was like referring to like they're taking a holiday from their
No,
own
they
lives or
both
whatever.
decided to take Christmas off.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah,
Sorry, yeah.
No, that's cool.
Anyway, so it's
I think like I remember this movie, but I haven't seen it.
I really like the Kate Winslet Jack Black part.
Right.
I could take or leave the other storyline.
Oh no.
But there wasn't there because Kate Winslet's kind of cute. Like her neighbor turns out to be this super famous screenwriter.
Oh yeah.
But he's like in his 90s, and they want to like honor him with a Lifetime Achievement Award, but he doesn't really want to go, and she kind of convinces him to go, and they become friends and stuff. So it's kind of cute.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alright.
It's not very Christmassy, but I like it.
Sure.
It's cheesy. Okay, what's your next one?
My next one is a retelling of a classic you brought up earlier in the day, and it's Scrooged with Bill Murray.
Ah, yes, I have seen that one.
Yes, it is. I used to watch it a ton when I was younger.
I sat in an airplane the first time I saw
Nice.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom really likes the movie, and it's a classic.
Yeah.
And Bill Murray being wacky Bill Murray a lot of the time, and just being a jerk. And,
Yeah.
yeah, you get the classic, Christmas ghosts, visit them,
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, and 3, past, present, future, and all that good stuff. And of course, the death costume they put death in is incredible because it takes up the whole frame essentially. And
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like this dark cloak, and he opens it, and there's like the portal to hell. And
Yeah. Oh my god, that is a really good movie.
Yeah, it's really good and really well made, and I used to watch it a lot, and still feel like it's my number 2
Nice.
as far as the Christmas movies go.
Nice.
Yeah.
As like a bonus, this is not my last
Okay,
one,
I'm not your last.
but I do want to mention that I love the Bill Murray Christmas special that's on Netflix, and I've watched it every year for 4
really?
years in a row, multiple times. It gets me into the Christmas
Nice.
spirit. Like I like to watch it while I wrap presents.
Sure, you gotta watch something good while you're
You should watch it. It's on Netflix.
Yeah?
And it's like a Christmas special, like a crazy, cheesy Christmas special, but it's Bill Murray doing it, so it's obviously
Yeah,
great, right? Okay, so my last one.
Sure. Your sort of top pick.
My sort of top pick that I like to watch around this time of year, but isn't really a Christmas movie.
Okay.
It's the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh, I fully agree. That's okay. I will give it a pass.
Yeah, because they came out at Christmas.
They came out at Christmas every year.
Yeah, and it makes me think of Christmas. So,
Yes.
and they're great movies.
They are Yeah, they're
We're gonna have to just do a Lord of the Rings episode.
I'm sure we will at some point.
Man, I love those movies so much.
They are great.
I have a white tree of Gondor tattooed on my leg.
You do. It's a really good one.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Ryan did a good job.
Yeah, but I like I said, I'll totally give those a pass because my mom likes to watch them during Christmas. I like to watch them around Christmas time.
Yeah, they're just good.
They're great.
I think the last 2 Christmas parties that I went to for the law firm, I went home early to watch Lord of the Rings.
You're like, I got stuff to do, guys.
Yeah, it's really important.
Yeah. Frodo's got to get there. Come on.
I got the extended versions.
Yeah.
It's gonna take all night.
No, that is a great pick.
Okay,
really great.
Cool. And what's your number 1?
I would say my number 1 as well also strays into maybe the not so, but it's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, it's such a great movie.
Which I know I mentioned, I think, in our Halloween episode, but it's my favorite. It's the all-time Christmas movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's well done. It's kind of like, it's one of those movies that kind of takes you out of Christmas to show you what Christmas is about.
Sure.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, it shows another take, I guess, on it, and the animation, of course, and the songs, and even just the characters are just so well designed and cool.
Well, yeah, it's been 25 years, maybe longer, since it came out.
Yeah.
And people are still buying all the things with Jack Skellington on it,
sure.
right?
Well, and there was a period as well, I remember when my brother was younger, that it was impossible to find it on DVD because Disney vaulted it, and it was it was impossible to find.
Yeah. I remember before this geek renaissance.
Yeah.
It was if you saw something with Nightmare Before Christmas on it, you bought it because you probably would never see anything again.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my top pick.
I wish I had 1/6 scale toys of Jack and Sally.
You can't track any down now?
Well, I don't know.
It's almost like the 3A stuff is very Sally inspired almost.
Yeah, a little bit,
right? She's the way that she contorts a lot.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, that's. I'm
sure you could, but I don't know if it's at the price point I want to pay. I might be able to find something really high end, but I kind of would rather keep it under $50 each.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I've seen. I guess they're called busts. Or are they called busts? Busts are just always the top third.
Yeah.
Where it's
oh, you've seen a statue.
A statue, I guess. I was trying to figure if there was another technical term, but yeah, a more statuesque of. I've seen a couple.
I'd some with some articulated joints. I think that would be cool because it's Jack Skellington. You kind of have to have some articulated joints,
sure,
right?
Yeah, he moves all weird.
Yeah, and Sally, you could almost do a straight up doll. You wouldn't have to do it in plastic. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, but
although Disney Store, I'm getting off topic. No. Disney Store is doing these re-releases of classic Disney characters in high-end dolls.
Oh yeah.
So they did I think they've done Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella.
Right.
I know they've done the Fox version of Robin Hood.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So maybe they'll do some really nice 1/6 Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'm surprised they haven't.
They did 10 years ago. The first time I ever went to a Disney store, I saw it and I didn't buy it and I just regret it for life.
Yeah. Well, because then I think it was this year, or I know they stepped up their Halloween game pretty huge.
Yeah.
Because there was commercials, and I know they redo Disneyland. So.
They do, yeah. They actually, when I went to Disneyland almost a decade ago, they did the Haunted Mansion and I was there in September as Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, nice.
And I believe they keep it until Christmas.
I would believe that, yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, I want to go back to Disneyland. Wop wop.
Well, so there's just an opinion on 3 great Christmas movies, I think.
I think the 1/6 Jack Skellington that I saw at the Disney Store came in a coffin too.
Well, I would hope so.
It was if memory serves, it was a cool box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Off topic.
Talk about Jack Skellington.
Yeah. All right. So that's it. That's our.
Well, yeah. I was just saying. Yeah, the top 3 Christmas movies that we clearly recommend and enjoy.
Yeah, recommend it
for different reasons.
And then today we watched a new classic.
We did, yeah.
So this movie came out in 2015, so it's not that old.
Yeah, I remember.
It was Bad Mom's Christmas. No, I'm just kidding.
Bad Mom's Christmas 2.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
No.
So that came out this year.
Yes.
And we should go see that.
No.
No. Okay. You like Mila Kunis?
She's fine, but I'm not interested in that franchise.
I'm not either until I found out that Susan Sarandon was in it. I'm like, now I can kind of watch it.
It feels like a lot to me like they're doing with Daddy's Home 2. Where they have like, now there's like the grandfather character, and then they bring back an older actor to like come in. Who? They're probably cool, but it's like,
Mel Gibson and John Lithgow.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. It's...
Which I'm really shocked there's a sequel to that movie.
Yeah, I don't know why there's a sequel either.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting that you just pointed it out. They have the bad moms with the moms of the moms, and then they have the dads with the dads of the dads. So
Yes.
I'm wondering if that's just like... Because, there's a bunch of occasions where two very similar movies come out at the same time.
Yes,
and it's
because they shop it around.
They shop the script around Hollywood, and then somebody sees it and wants to do it for cheaper or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like...
Ants and Bugs Life.
Yeah, that's
a classic example.
Or Volcano and whatever the other one was.
Well, and then
Armageddon
and Deep Impact.
Deep Impact, yeah. And even like crappy movies like Friends with Benefits and the one that Ashton Kutcher and Natalie Portman was in.
Yeah, right. I forget the title.
No Strings.
Yeah.
Like strings attached. Something
about being
where it was about
friends
like
with benefits
that become more
or something like that.
Yeah. So it's always, I wonder if that's what happened there.
I'm not sure. I just no idea there. But I was surprised.
Yeah.
But the movie, that's not the movie we watched. We watched Krampus.
Yeah!
Was the movie we watched. As she said, come out in 2015.
Yes, yeah. It was good.
It was super good.
It was really good.
I regret not seeing it in theater.
Yeah,
it was one of those movies, kind of like I think I was mentioning it with Ant-Man, where I was like, I should go see that in theater, and it's just I never got around to it. And it disappeared, and I was like, oh.
I never saw a trailer for this.
Yeah, I don't recall much. I think maybe like a small snippet.
Yeah, I half watched it while Tony watched it once, but before that I knew nothing about it. And when he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch the Krampus movie," I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And thinking that it was like this low budget piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's just what I assumed. I'm like, "Oh, it's just gonna be a bunch of carnage," which is great.
Sure.
Sometimes, but I'm like, oh, that sounds dumb. But then it was super good.
It was really, really good.
It was super well done. It opens with comedy.
Yeah, it was probably one of the funniest openings I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
I was laughing the entire time.
It was so well done. Kind of opens with like
a Walmart type store.
Yeah, like a Black Friday Walmart type situation.
The dude even gets trampled in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like a worker's like, oh no, the crowd, and then just falls over.
And
basically it shows the extreme shopping is a sport, and everyone's just ripping things out of each other's arms.
Which Dan loves.
Yeah.
That's actually what Dan thrives on. That's how he survives the rest of the year.
Just knowing that's gonna happen.
Yeah, it feeds your darker side to watch people miserable at the mall.
Yeah. But that opening was pretty hilarious.
It was well done. Yeah.
What I thought was funny about it was not only, of course, all the crazy chaos, but then it's like our protagonist's family was also involved in an incident. Just normally it's like, you see that kind of thing, but that's like the protagonist's family's not there. Or,
but they were right in the thick of it, yeah.
Kids beating up another kid at the nativity scene.
It was really well done. Mm-hmm. And then it kind of moves, from there, it moves, into their family life.
Yes.
And you get a lot of, exposition really fast.
Yeah. And a lot of good, just character interaction where it's
you get a
disconnected family.
It's a ton of backstory without feeling like they're just explaining it to you, too, right? It's not like somebody sitting down and being like, well, our family, it's blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's more like, through their interactions, you see, the dad works too much, the parents maybe aren't connecting the way they used to, the sister's not very sympathetic to the brother, grandma bakes a shit ton of cookies and no one cares.
No one cares, yeah.
Yeah, Omi was, the hero of that story.
Yeah. Well, and then, like you say, they just talk about, family's coming and this and that, so you're expecting... Oh, sorry, I wanted to... Quick cut back.
Yeah.
kind of number 2 on my list is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I've never seen that.
It's great because it reminds me a lot in this interaction too, where they're like, "Oh, the crazy relatives are coming over, and you don't know how crazy they're gonna be."
Yeah.
Right?
So, nice.
Yeah. That was kind of my number 2 was Scrooged. I couldn't really pick between the two.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But so yeah, they're just like you say, they give us all this story, and you get a lot of like emotional feeling for the kid and the grandma
for Max,
and
Omi,
because she's all like she's baking all the cookies, and everyone's like, "Oh, great cookies, I'm over here," and then he's all like, "We should try to have Christmas," and everyone's like, "We're busy.
Can we wrap presents together?" And they're like, "No."
Are we gonna watch Charlie Brown? And you're like, "Oh."
Yeah. And then it kind of shows like that relationship between Max and Omi too.
Yes.
Like right off the bat. Yeah, it's really touching and and well done.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then the relatives come and they're horrible.
Yeah. They're the crazy, assume from the South type relatives.
Yeah. A little bit gun happy. Yeah.
Football and wrestling.
Yeah. It's just like start to finish, really well done.
Yes.
I felt like, without describing the movie too much, I felt like it did a really good job of explaining like the Christmas spirit through the lens of the opposite of that.
Yes.
Right? Like it was kind of a cool way to like do Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely it was. And it's just...
So like this family is being terrorized and you're learning the lesson of togetherness.
How not to have Christmas.
Yeah. No Krampus.
Well, and then it was kind of just cool because we get all that set up, and then it's like the last 2/3 is full on, essentially, where they do take the small break to get a little exposition from Omi. And a cool like little animated scene. Yeah.
But yeah, the last like the first third of the movie could be any Christmas movie.
Yes.
The last 2/3 is definitely a horror film.
Yes.
Basically, I would say it's a horror film from when you see that first snowman.
Yeah, well, and that was it as well when the first snowman was there, and it has a creepy face.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's not a normal snowman.
Yeah.
And then even the kid's like, someone put a snowman in our yard.
So like a huge blizzard comes, and then they see the snowman out there, and he's like, who did it? And everyone's like, shut up, the power's off.
Yeah. Well, and then it's great too how because then I think as you realize as the story goes is that the snowmen are like people that have been captured or killed.
Yeah.
And then it's like the snowman.
There's more
of them.
more.
Every time it cuts out there's more snowmen.
Yeah. It's good. It's well done.
Yeah.
And it looks cold too, the whole movie, like basically from that snowman. I would say that's when like the horror starts, right?
Well, I was gonna say, for me, it's when she's walking, and then it's like she leaves and it's early, the daughter.
Oh, and then it's suddenly night.
And then it's suddenly night, and then it's like, I made a joke to you, I was like, she's in the Feywild now.
Yeah.
Like, this is game on.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of where, for me, it was like, now you're into the horror realm.
Totally. They do a really good job of like making that family isolated too, right? And it like almost like, because you're like not really sure what Krampus is doing. Like, why is he suddenly showing up? And you're like, are all these families dead? Or have they been taken to another realm? Or like, what's going on, right?
Well, and the mom had a line of dialogue about how some of the neighbors were away for Christmas.
Right, that too.
But there was still a couple families around, but like there's no interaction with anyone else.
Yeah.
Except for the DHL
just that,
guy.
Yeah. Yeah, the DHL guy.
Yeah.
It's the obvious product placement.
Yes. Well, thankfully he gets murdered.
Yeah. So, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, DHL.
Yeah. But that's for me when it just cuts into the horror, and then, like I say, then they're always cold and
dark.
And dark.
Dark and it's cold. And like, it's neat the way they do, like when they're safe, there's a fire.
Yes.
When they're not safe, there is no fire. And there is frost. Yeah.
Well, and then I was going to say, too, because I had heard that the sound design was quite good, and you can always, like, hear the wind blowing through something, or the snow hitting something, and then the chains were just great.
The chains, and then the footsteps, and the roof, too, right?
Yeah, the sound was really good there. I just really liked how there was always some kind of minor chain sound. Like even when it was just like the guy walking and you hear like some chains and then something that's like clink clink clink, some metal, and you're like, that's not natural.
Yeah. That's not good, man.
Until of course when Krampus is there and then he's full on making all the noise.
Yeah. Yeah, the Krampus design was really well done.
Yeah.
It was like a demon Santa.
Yes.
Which is kind of what Krampus is.
Yeah.
But the face was very creepy, and you don't really get the face reveal until pretty much the end of the movie.
Yeah, like the last 10 minutes maybe at the most.
Like, Omi sees the face, I think, a bit, because it looks her, right?
Yes.
Or doesn't look her. Does it almost looks her?
It kind of does, yeah. Like a tongue comes out.
Yeah.
But like the face prosthetic or mask that they designed for it is super cool.
Yeah, and it's cool how he's kind of got like that old St. Nicholas look, but it's all black, and he's got the horns, and like when you see him from a distance, he's got the red eyes, so he's kind of Santa-esque.
Yeah.
But not...
But he walks around on 2 goat legs.
But he walks around on goat legs, and he's mean.
Yeah. Well, and I was going to say the practical costume
looked cool.
So cool. And then I wasn't expecting how there was the practical snake toy box snake thing.
Yeah.
It was like eating kids. It was very practical. Yeah. Like the face all opened up. I assume the scene when it's eating the child wasn't as practical.
Yeah.
Same with like Krampus's tongue was probably CG. Yeah. But the rest of it was very practical looking. Yeah. And it was all like articulating and moving, and you're like, oh, that's creepy.
It was very creepy. And the elves, when the elves show up, they're kind of cool because they're all wearing these like creepy ass masks.
I was totally not expecting them to come in.
No, me neither. They were well done. Yeah. Yeah,
and they all had a similar look to Krampus, where they were all like super hunched over all the time.
Yeah.
And,
and then they had these like it's like a big frozen face mask, but they're like grimacing and stuff, and it was good.
Well, and like you say, with the candle and fire lighting, or the minimal lighting, and the shadows can play all in their faces and look weird because their masks they're like porcelain. Yeah. So it really reflects all the lighting weirdly and everything.
Yeah, they kind of vaguely, but not really. Maybe it's just because they were wearing masks, but they kind of reminded me of like the Clockwork Men from the Girl in the Fireplace episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
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 Exactly, yeah.
Like that just creepy, like, frozen look,
Well, then even going back to when the daughter, when she kind of she's there and the Jack in the Box opens, but it doesn't come popping out. And then it's just like you hear like some and then there's like a little doll head, and then it just cuts to like the outside of the van, and it's all shaking and you're like, oh, she's gone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was good.
Yeah. So it was, I was just gonna say, I don't know much about the Krampus myth, as it were, like the one from Germany. I knew that he was kind of like, he was like,
I think
not anti-Santa, but like he would come and kidnap bad girls and boys, essentially.
I think he beats children if they misbehave.
I thought he kidnaps them.
I thought he beat them with a stick.
Maybe it's a little bit both.
We can find out.
No, it's fine. I was just...
I won't do it out loud. I'll just do it. I'll Google it. Anyways, the part that I had a little bit of a problem with as far as effects goes was I didn't think the gingerbread man looked that great.
Sure, those were pure...
CG.
Yes. I did like how there was the foreshadowing, though, because when they go to the house, when they're looking for their daughter,
yeah,
and then there's the knife gingerbread man in the fridge, and he's like, oh, who would do that?
Yeah.
And you're like, it's because they're demon gingerbread men.
It is a half goat, half demon who during Christmas season punishes children who misbehave. I would like to read more, but if I click on the link, it's asking me for money, so that's kind of annoying. Yeah. Anyways, so he just punishes. He's the evil Santa.
Mm-hmm. Well, or he's, hey, maintain that Santa spirit.
Yeah, you better.
Otherwise, the Krampus.
Yeah. So I think I mentioned during the movie, there's a scene at the beginning when Max has written a letter to Santa, and it's very sweet. It's like, please make my parents love each other again. Make my sister hang out, or get my sister to hang out with me.
Yeah.
Make my aunt and uncle, make it easier for them, make them happy, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And his sneevely little cousin steals it and reads it out loud for everybody and just embarrasses him and makes him cry.
Yes.
So his dad tries to talk to him and is like, oh, we can still send it. And then he leaves and he's like, no, and he rips it up.
Yes.
And throws it out the window. And it was like, oh man, like, there's no better image of a child losing their innocence than ripping up a Santa letter and throwing it out in the sky.
Yeah, there's...
Yeah, I felt for Max.
Yeah, no,
he
absolutely.
was a good little actor, the kid that played him, yeah.
Well, exactly, that's what I was saying. You get all that interaction with them, and you're just like, oh, this is hitting hard, and then it's like, then the horror.
And then the horror, yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't, okay, sorry, to jump all over the place. I didn't love the gingerbread men.
Right.
I didn't think that they looked super great, but, I mean...
You gotta feel for, like, maybe it's budgetary constraints.
Yeah. Well, whatever. It's not a huge, like, it's not a deal breaker for me.
Right.
But aside from, like, I mean, like, the big-ass gun that he was shooting with one hand, which is just, like, it's a minor thing, right?
Sure.
And, the fact that they let the daughter go out in the blizzard kind of bothered me a bit.
Like, I would not do that.
Well, it's just like there's no cell service, there's no phone service, there's no power.
Yeah.
It's a huge blizzard, and she's going 4 blocks. I wouldn't let her walk alone.
Well, I was about to say, not alone. You'd be like, oh, I'll walk with you, and then I'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a smart plan.
Yeah, right? I don't think, like, she was like, what, 15?
Maybe.
Yeah. I just wouldn't, I don't think I'd let somebody do that. I don't think I'd let you do that, let alone a 15-year-old girl. I'd be like, well, I'm going to go with you.
Sure. Yeah. Well, and that's what I wanted to say. One of the things that I was, like, you get the Krampus reveal right away.
Oh, yeah.
She's, like, walking, and then it's like, oh, what's that on the rooftop? And then it starts jumping and chasing her, and I was like, whoa.
That was kind of, like, another thing that bugged me a little bit is that first of all, she just runs straight down the street.
Well, I think she's just trying to run home.
Yeah, which I get, but, like...
It's the fastest way home.
Yeah, I get that, but you could have, like... You could have deked, whatever. That doesn't really matter. But the way that they filmed it, it kind of made it look like Krampus jumped first, and then she started running in the same direction as him. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't you run in an opposite direction? Especially if he's got momentum going from house to house. Like, just go down an alleyway or something.
Yeah, or like you say, she could start running the other way to try to get to her boyfriend's house or whatever.
Yeah. But, so it's, a little bit of, like... And again, these aren't huge things, so it's a bit annoying that they let her out by herself.
Yes.
I didn't think she did a good job of running away from Krampus. I didn't think that hiding under that truck was a very smart idea.
Definitely not.
And then, the gingerbread men didn't look great to me. I know it sounds like a lot of things, but these are all super minor.
It's minor, yeah.
The fact that they established that the handgun is heavy... But he doesnand shoot with both hands on the gun. And I know that's a movie thing.
It's adrenaline,
But, yeah. And then the other thing was that... So, there's a scene with Adam Scott, who's Max's dad.
Yes.
And I can't remember the actor's name, but the brother-in-law.
Yeah, I don't know his name, unfortunately, off the top of my head, but
and they're getting,
he's in everything.
Yeah, he's in everything. They get guns out of the back of his Hummer.
Yes.
And he takes a shotgun and he gives a handgun to Adam Scott, and Adam Scott's like, oh my god, it's really heavy. And he's like, yeah, it's my wife's.
Yeah.
And then later, they're going upstairs...
To investigate
some
screams.
Some screams and stuff, and it's the wife...
Adam Scott
and Adam Scott's wife, Tony Collette, right?
Yeah.
So they're going upstairs, and Adam Scott has a gun, and I'm like, well, if it's her gun, I think she should have it, because she probably uses it more than he uses guns, so she probably is a better shot, but they gave it to him, and... I was also really, really disappointed that Tony Collette didn't use that axe.
Well, and I was going to say the axe was a hilarious choice, because if you're going to go and fight in a house, an axe is not a good weapon, because you need to swing an axe.
Yeah.
Because even when she grabs it, I was like, okay, it's like, it's movie badass, but it's like, that's not practical.
Yeah.
Because I think then...
Because there was a meat cleaver right beside
her
it.
sister grabbed, like, I think, some sort of smaller cleaver type item.
No, I don't think she had anything.
I thought she had, like, a meat tenderizer. Like, the hammer.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'm wrong on that.
Maybe I missed that. That would be okay.
Yeah, no.
You wouldn't have to get a huge swing on that to do damage.
I'm saying that would be a better choice than the axe.
Yeah, no, I agree. But there was a cleaver there and stuff too. I don't know why she picked the axe either.
Yeah.
And I don't know why the sister-in-law didn't have the gun.
Didn't have the gun. Yes.
Yeah. It's a minor thing.
Yeah.
It's nitpicking. Sure. It just seems like...
It's a horror situation.
Yeah,
you're not thinking straight.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like, and the fact that Adam Scott just carried the gun in his back pocket the rest of the movie. I'm like, that doesn't seem wise.
No, he will. Well, after they go upstairs, he loses it, though.
No, but sorry, up to that point, he's just walking around the house with his gun in his pocket.
Well, I think, he's fired it previously, so he knows how to handle firearms.
You took a firearms course.
I did.
Would you ever keep a gun in your back pocket?
No, but again, in extreme situations, the safety was probably on.
If the safety's on, then it doesn't need to be in your back pocket.
Yeah, it's for the quick draw. He's American. America.
Okay, so I get that.
Yeah,
but you'd still have to turn the safety off.
Yeah, but the safeties are easy to turn on and off.
Okay. If they're easy to turn on and off, then they're not that safe.
It prevents the gun from firing.
Okay.
That's what makes them a safe.
I hope the safety was on.
I hope so as well. Otherwise, it was a danger to himself and others.
And others, yeah.
But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by the entire movie. It was really good start to finish, and I was totally engaged in it, and 90% of these people are probably not going to make it.
And they don't.
And they all kind of...
And we lose a handful of them rapid fire.
Yeah, well, yeah, they get picked off in either various ways, or you're like, oh, okay, yeah, they're good. Oh, no.
Yeah, I kept expecting the daughter to come back at some point, but no, she was dead, fast.
Yeah, long gone.
Yeah. And Omi has her, final stand with Krampus face to face. That was pretty good.
Well, yeah, because it's revealed in the animation part how she met Krampus as a child and kind of felt like it was her fault that Krampus showed up the first, or in her lifetime.
Yeah.
To take everyone from her village, including her parents and stuff like that. And then...
That was kind of interesting because I guess that flashback was, during the Depression. Because she's from Germany. And
I imagined it was post-World War maybe? Well,
I was thinking the Depression just because it used to be so expensive, particularly for Germany, in order to buy bread. And they made a big deal of showing that she had bread, and then it kind of caused a mob riot over the bread,
over
right?
The bread, yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting, especially in contrast with why Krampus was showing up today.
Yeah.
Because it was
we have everything.
Fucking pure greed and assholishness compared to being in a really difficult situation where you're just trying to survive. It's kind of an interesting contrast, right?
Yeah. No, and that whole sequence, like I said, it was, like you were saying, the animation was very neat, reminding me kind of similar to the Deathly Hallows style. And then, but then she was a claymation or stop motion character.
Yeah, and everything else was kind of shadows.
Everything else, was just black shadow. And
it was well done.
Yeah, it was really cool.
The trees looked really cool, too.
Yeah, well, and then, and her Santa doll was also the same kind as her, 3D, whereas everything else was still 2D and everything.
Yeah.
So.
And it had the snowman in her flashback, too. Yeah, which was cool. Actually, when you think about it, a lot of that movie was kind of contrasting things throughout the whole thing, the really Martha Stewart looking family versus the kind of trailer trash family.
Sure.
There's the Santa versus the Krampus. There's the Depression era versus the mall fights.
Yeah.
There's the very typical feminine teenage girl versus the two very
tomboyish
ones.
Yeah.
There's the Max, who's the skinny, well-behaved kid versus the fat kid that eats everything.
Yeah.
There's a lot of for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, it's all guess what? You're all fucked.
You can be all sorts of different people, try to come together to fight this. It won't work.
It won't work. You're going to die.
Yeah.
So there was two endings for that movie.
Yeah, we checked them out.
We checked out both of them, yeah.
Well, obviously, there's the film cut one, and then there was an alternate ending, which we checked out.
I kind of like the film cut one.
I think so as well.
I'm good with it. It kind of fed into that fantasy, I guess.
Well, I think they just wanted to leave it not ambiguous.
Yeah.
Because the second, or the alternate, because the film cut ending, it's at the end, Max gets the Krampus bell.
Yeah.
And then everyone kind of stops and stares, and then it's they do a pull-out.
And they all, you can see on their faces that, so, okay, hang on.
Okay.
So Max wakes up and he's like, oh, it was all a dream.
Yes.
Because everybody's dead.
Everyone's dead, including he gets dropped into a portal to hell.
To hell, yeah. But then he wakes up, he's fine, all his family's fine, he's all happy that it's Christmas and he's with his family. And then he opens the bell, and then they all remember Krampus, and then it pulls out, and it turns out that their house is in a snow globe, which
Krampus realm.
in Krampus's house.
Yes.
Yeah, filled with all other snow globes.
Yeah, there's
too.
tons of them.
Shit ton.
Yeah.
And it keeps pulling out, and there's more and more.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was well done.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other cut was that he opens the bell, and nobody really, like, he has a moment with his Omi.
Yes.
But nobody else really notices.
Yeah, everyone else is continuing to be merry.
Yeah, and then it just pulls out to, like, credits.
Yeah, it pulls out, and we don't get the snow globe reveal and all that kind of stuff like that. So, I feel like it was better, the film cut way.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah.
I agree with that. It's not always better the film cut way, but...
No, yeah.
I think in this instance, it was... It fit the tone of the movie better.
Yes. Yeah, because he's all like, yay, oh.
Yeah. I mean, if like they hadn't revealed Krampus so early, and like it wasn't as like you didn't see as much, if it was a little bit more ambiguous through the whole thing, like if we didn't see Krampus up close, then maybe like that dream ending would have worked.
Maybe.
But I don't know, with how like present Krampus and his evil toys and everything was, I feel like it worked better.
Oh yeah, 'cause I think that's the main kind of thrust, is that it's like his family getting tortured essentially by these toys and by Krampus, and because they're like stay in the house, and then when the one scene where he opens the door, and then it's like I said, the army of snowmen is huge now, and then like Krampus is just behind them all, like flitting back and forth.
Yeah.
It's just like, you hear some laughter, and then the wife's like, everyone back inside. Nope.
We're locking the door. No.
So,
we're keeping that fire hot.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed it all. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was super well done.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I thought the sound design was really cool with all the chains and the snow and the everything, and then like I said, the way they kept it really dark all the time with just some candles,
just
and some
dark
fire
and cold, and yeah.
Although it was kind of funny in a couple scenes where they're like, "Oh man, it's really cold out," and you're like, probably not that cold.
Yeah, you're fine.
You're fine.
Could being a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would add this to my holiday list.
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
I would definitely recommend everyone check it out for sure.
Yeah, I think it's well done. Is there anything else you want to say about the movie?
Not really. I think I've gushed enough about it.
That's fair. We do just tend to review stuff that we like a lot. But I guess because we're not really that interested in watching stuff that we aren't interested in.
Well, our Death Note episode.
Oh, yeah, we were pretty down on Death Note.
We were down on Death Note.
Okay, fair.
Overall. But I think it is a cause of, like you say, we seek out the stuff we want to want to like it. But we've all been disappointed by things, right?
That's true. Oh man, next episode.
Yeah.
I've got some disappointments to share.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about Christmas?
And just kind of focusing in on the Christmas movies, like I was saying, like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, one of my favorites as well. It's the wacky family, but you get, Chevy Chase, who's not a total asshole as for every other role, but he's just like, an everyman, and he's just trying to have a good Christmas for the family, and it all goes horribly wrong, right? So, but it's not in a horror way, in a comedic way, right? And so
is he kind of like...
It's a great movie.
Like, I haven't seen it. Is he kind of like the Jason Bateman of Arrested Development? Is that kind of the same vibe? Yeah,
a little bit. It's also almost like he's kind of... just kind of like clueless to the some of the outside interaction that's going on, because he's got plans. He wants to buy his family a pool.
I don't like Chevy Chase that much.
No, but he, in some roles he works. And he's just kind of always
he's okay in Community.
Yeah, he was great in Community.
Those had some good Christmas episodes.
Yeah. But yeah, he's just over the top in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. He's like, oh, we gotta go get a big tree, and they cut down like this giant tree from the forest and bring it into their house and stuff like that, right? So, but I always feel like there's some really good Christmas movies, and there's some where like Christmas is shoehorned in, or it's like, oh, it's Christmas, and it just because it comes out around Christmas, so they can be like, look, it's a Christmas thing, and it's like,
do you know what's one of the worst Christmas movies I've ever watched?
I don't know, inform us.
The Family Stone. Do you remember this movie? I was working at the movie theater when it came out, so I went and saw it for free.
Right, I feel like the title rings a bell, but I do not recall this movie.
So it's another one of those movies that has a really big cast full of big named actors, which always makes me feel like it's probably shit.
Sure.
When it's just like big name actor after big name actor, it just like yeah.
You're wary.
I'm wary, but like it had Diane Keaton, it had Rachel McAdams, it had Sarah Jessica Parker, Luke Wilson. Like it was a pretty big cast.
Yeah.
And it was so depressing.
Oh, jeez.
I can't remember what the actor's name is, but basically he brings Sarah Jessica home for Christmas.
Sure.
Because they're
Together.
They're together. I think they're engaged.
Sure.
And I guess she hadn't met the family yet. And she's kind of like this uptight businesswoman.
Okay.
And they're kind of like a, I don't know, hippie-ish family, I guess.
Yeah,
like maybe
sense.
like super liberal university type family. Right. And they're just super awful to her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're just like so mean. They like...
Right, I think I remember seeing a trailer or something for this.
Yeah, they just come up with like... You know, like anything she says, they like call her racist and like shit like that. And it's like, oh, Claire Danes was in it too.
Right.
She played Sarah Jessica Parker's sister, and she comes out, and basically Sarah Jessica Parker falls in love with her fiance's brother, and her fiance falls in love with her sister.
Right.
So everything's fine at the end of the movie, I guess. But it is like a very, just like most of it is just really depressing.
It's dour and down.
Like,
yeah.
I just don't like movies when people are just like mean for being mean's sake, right?
Sure.
Like I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, you're like, I get enough of that at work.
Yeah, there's just like I don't know how to explain it. They're just like awful people to each other. And they're just really mean to Sarah Jessica Parker, and they like make her cry a bunch, and like she's trying to hold it together for her like fiance, and they're just like
this is his family.
taking every opportunity to kick her while she's down. Like it's awful. I guess if you don't like Sarah Jessica Parker, it's an okay movie.
Yeah, sure. There's an upswing to it there, yeah.
But that could have not been a Christmas movie too.
Right.
It's just that they had a tree up.
Right, yeah, like they could have been going to the summer to spend the summer with come meet my family for the next few weeks or a couple weeks or whatever.
Yeah, it could have been anything, right?
Could have been anything, yes.
Yeah, a lot of movies are like that. Though.
Sure, and I feel like that's when you can tell there's like the divide there, right? Like where it's like the theme is part of it, or the theme was tacked on to it, right? So
the Grinch live action one was pretty awful too.
I don't know, everyone kind of down on it. I enjoyed it.
With Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I was expecting something more along the lines of the cartoon.
Right.
And that might have been my issue.
Sure.
Because it's not.
No, it's definitely not.
And I felt like some of the humor was like kind of inappropriate and...
Yeah, it didn't feel like a children's movie.
No.
I mean, I saw it when I was in my teens.
Yeah.
For sure, so.
Yeah, and there was like just a bit that was like... I don't know, they could have dialed it back or something.
Sure. Well, and
it was like one of those movies where you're like, who the fuck is the audience for this?
Yeah, well, or it could be as well because I assume Jim Carrey improvises a lot, that they're just like, you know, they rolled film and he's doing wacky stuff.
Actually, funny story. I just watched Jim and Andy, which is a documentary about Jim Carrey making...
I saw something about that,
Andy,
yeah.
The Man on the Moon.
Man on the Moon, yeah.
Where he, like, for months... was pretending to be Andy Kaufman every day.
He really went far for that role, yeah.
He went far. I don't think he's ever come back. When you listen to him in interviews, he just, like, he is on a different level than all. Like, we're down here and he's fucking up here. But he filmed The Grinch immediately after that. So maybe he was fucked up from that.
It's possible, yeah.
Because I think it fucked him up, like, a lot.
It wouldn't shock me to learn that sometimes when some of these actors do that, like Christian Bale does some crazy stuff, Daniel Day-Lewis is notorious for doing crazy stuff like that too, where it's like, you know, afterwards, like, how do you decompress to be like, okay, now I'm me again? And it's like,
well, in the documentary, I think he mentions, like, it was like a relief to not have to think about his own shit and to think about somebody else's shit instead. Yeah. So like going back to like reality.
Right.
After doing that for so long, when like that kind of becomes your reality, like that would be a mind fuck, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a brief thing about it and I was like, oh, that sounds kind of interesting.
I would recommend watching it, actually. It's kind of like, I've never seen Man on the Moon.
I have.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah? I don't know that much about Andy Kaufman either.
I knew very little about Andy Kaufman.
But I would recommend watching the documentary Jim and Andy because it's actually really well done. They like locked up the footage because they didn't want Jim Carrey to seem like an asshole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because he seems like an asshole.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, so maybe he was fucked up from that when he did The Grinch.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I mean, I don't know. I always felt, and again, maybe because I think
But, like,
the costume was kind of cool, and I know it was like there was a lot of practical stuff going on in there.
Yeah.
So there was some neat stuff there. I assume it cost a big I remember hearing it cost a lot of money because of the fact that they had to like do all the who's and
he took CIA or FBI training to play the Grinch because the costume was so uncomfortable that they gave him the training that they give to like FBI agents.
To stay like calm.
Yeah, for torture, and then he had to use those like methods to like not freak out in his costume.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing that it was a weird costume, and it took like 4 hours to get into makeup or whatever.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
it was just unfortunate that the end product wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Considering all this, like, what was going on to get him into this movie.
It was like, I kind of take issue when movies are so colorful. Where I'm trying to think of like another example where it starts to look bad.
Right. Where it's like oversaturated suddenly.
Yeah, like it becomes like a mind assault, right? Yeah. But like an example of where I think it doesn't look good and I just don't like it is that scene in Hook where they like imagine the dinner and have the food fight.
Yes, I know the food. Yeah.
Yeah, that like the color of the food and the color of the food fight.
Yeah.
Really bugs me.
Oh, fair.
I like that movie, but that scene really like I just like. Oh. Yeah. Anyways, it's the same with The Grinch. It was just too much of an assault on my senses.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it's loud and it's bright.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like I said, it's too bad that it wasn't better. Or it could be, and again, it's always an issue when you take something simple premise.
Yeah,
and you try to make a 2-hour movie out of it.
Yeah.
And then you got to give the Grinch a backstory, and you got to show more of the characters and expand the town and everything. And it's like, but that's not what made it work. It was the fact that it was 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it was the Grinch steals the stuff, heart grows 3 sizes, Whoville, everyone's happy again.
Yeah.
It's like...
That's the story.
It.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to expand short things just doesn't always...
They try, and sometimes it pans out, I think, but because they keep trying.
We were talking actually about this before the podcast, but I think that might have been part of the problem with Beauty and the Beast, the live action remake.
Yeah.
Was that they kind of... Wow, we are going all over the place with this episode.
It's
I apologize.
Christmas movies, sort of, tangentially now.
Yeah. Devin's on tangents. So Beauty and the Beast I didn't really enjoy it. It was basically like a shot-for-shot remake of the animated one, but with a few extended scenes.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I just don't... The CG didn't look that good to me.
Yeah, which I was saying is shocking considering the budget.
Yeah.
In these movies.
Yeah, like the candlesticks and everything, they just didn't look that good. And then they also like, they were doing like this shot for shot thing, but they were also like, let's take the candlestick that's a cartoon character and make it look more realistic so it looks more like a person, but then it just didn't look good.
Right, yeah, when it's fully animated, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like when it's animated...
Like it's got a face, but it's not.
And it's a bit goofy, then that's okay, but they were trying to make it look realistic. It just looked out of place. It just looked like, I don't know, I thought it was a sloppy mess.
Well, and like I said, I haven't seen it, so...
Oh.
Yeah, I cannot...
Had more songs.
I cannot confirm. It had more songs?
More songs. They added, the Beast got a song.
Yeah, sure.
That's...
Can you imagine Michael Dorff singing a song? Unless it's some kind of Klingon dirge, it just doesn't work.
Did he play the Beast in the first?
He was the Beast. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he had no songs.
That's probably why he had no songs. And he didn't need a song. He was the Beast.
He's the Beast. Yeah.
The song's about the Beast.
Yeah.
But not
no,
the
they
Beast.
gave the Beast a song.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they. Yeah, they did. Kind of. Did they give a Beast? No, I don't know. They gave another song about the Beast.
Sure.
Oh fuck, I can't remember. My brain just doesn't work anymore.
Unfortunately, because I didn't see it, so...
I don't really like those Disney remakes. They kind of, like the live action ones, they kind of, I don't know if it's color palette or what they're going for, but I don't think any of them look very good. Like the Cinderella Didn't look great, even though Cate Blanchett was in it.
Yeah.
Like actual Cate Blanchett, not Kate Winslet. And she looked great, but...
Yeah, from clips I've seen of them, too, I think it's just because of the digital process is that, like, the backgrounds are these lavish backgrounds that are, I assume, CG'd, mostly.
Yeah.
And let's say, and then, of course, one of the main characters is CG, and then you got Emma Watson in this one as Belle, but then she's interacting with a CG realm, and they probably change the lighting on her face digitally to match everything. So it's like her face is being CG'd as well, but then it's like, why cast someone who's pretty like Emma Watson?
Yeah, she doesn't need
to alter her face.
She's fine, guys. Yeah.
Just give her some makeup. It's cool.
Did you see the dolls?
No. Oh, yes. I saw the picture of it and how weird her face looks.
Oh, it looks so bad. I've watched so many like YouTube videos of people repainting it so that it looked like Emma Watson. Because I don't know, it looked like a man in drag, but not a man in drag like a RuPaul Drag Race contestant, like a bad drag look.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Very manly.
Well, and
a square jaw, like a super
very square. I've never seen. Yeah, I'm not really into them. I don't think I'm the intended audience.
What? I think you are.
If I had children, maybe, but I don't think I am the intended audience.
I don't have children, but I went and watched it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not into them.
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't like them either.
I will watch a classic animated version of that if I wish. Thank you, Disney.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind rewatching some. I know they have like a bunch in like the works.
Yeah,
right?
After the Jungle Book hit, they just announced like we're doing 5 other ones.
Yeah, I know they're doing Lion King next.
There's Mulan. I think there's an Aladdin in the works.
Yes, there is, and they didn't hire white people to play.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah. And are they doing The Hunchback? No, they're not. Maybe they are. I don't know.
I don't think so. I didn't hear anything about that.
I think Hunchback is one of the most underrated.
I was about to say, are they going to try to make it happier somehow?
No.
It's like super dark.
They need to make it darker.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of the most underrated Disney movies.
Actually one of the few I haven't seen.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
That has some of the prettiest animation I've ever seen.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's beautiful, and the songs are good, and it's like got complex characters, and it's also got stupid gargoyles, but you know,
but
it's a Disney movie.
There's always some character in there, yeah.
Deals with like issues and stuff, but it's seriously one of the prettiest animated movies ever. The colors are beautiful and not in a way that I hate.
Not a light assault on your face.
No Grinch-esque color scheme, not scream. Yeah. Makes me want to scream. Yeah. Anyways, I guess we should wrap it up before I start talking about other random shit.
Sure. Well,
I could talk about other random shit.
Well, I brought up Christmas Vacation. Did you have another Christmas movie that you were thinking of that you kind of wanted to give a shout out to? That kind of you didn't get a chance to?
I'm trying to think. I'm honestly like I'll watch Christmas movies if they're on TV, but I don't really seek out a lot of them.
Sure. Well, and that's what I would say. Like, those 4 that I mentioned are, like, some of the few... Like, I had a tradition...
Oh, Harry Potter, kind of. Because those were coming out at Christmas for a while, too.
They did come out at Christmas for a while.
And they do have Christmas scenes.
Oh, absolutely. They always do, yeah.
Yeah. Except for the camping one.
Well, because, they're out camping.
They're out camping. They don't get Christmas.
Well, they dance at Christmas.
Oh, yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
Like on his father's grave or something.
No, they're just in the tent.
Oh, is that it?
I think, isn't that and then it's because Ron's gone and it's just them 2. Isn't that around Christmas?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, here's a song on the radio, and they
I haven't seen honestly, I haven't seen the last 3 movies that many times. I think I've only seen maybe once or twice.
I've done a rewatch a couple times, where I watch all 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah.
But, I have my issues with Harry Potter overall, but they're still enjoyable.
Yeah, totally. We'll do an episode on Harry Potter.
Will we?
Oh, you know what? We can, when the Fantastic Beasts come out, the second one.
We could do that.
I really liked the first one.
I liked it for the most part. I had some minor issues.
No, it was good, man. That came out around Christmas, too.
It did, yeah.
Therefore, Christmas movie.
Okay. Devin's...
Star Wars, Christmas movies,
well,
Force Awakens.
Obviously, The Force Awakens.
Rouge one.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the next Star Wars.
Well, of course, myself as well.
The Last Jedi.
Yes.
I think Mark Hamill might be in it for more than 5 seconds.
Yeah, disappointed.
Okay. I don't have any other Christmas movies to bring up. Do you?
I forget what I was saying previously.
I'm sorry. Oh, I like the black and white Christmas story, Christmas Carol.
Right, yeah.
But that's more like nostalgic because my dad used to like to watch it on Christmas Eve. With Alistair Cooper, I think is the actor.
I don't know. Well, and that's what I was saying, sorry, is that of those movies I mentioned, I usually end up watching them, but for the longest time I watched The Nightmare Before Christmas, Christmas Eve.
Oh,
for
yeah.
like a decade.
Nice.
While either wrapping gifts or just chilling out.
That's cool.
So it was like...
You really should watch A Very Merry Christmas. The Christmas special with Bill Murray.
Right, okay, sorry.
That is... It's good. It's
right.
good. There's a couple like... It's kind of like a Wes Anderson take on a Christmas special almost, but he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I assume that Bill Murray could just channel that at this point.
Yeah, he just is.
Because he is.
It's kind of like Jeff Goldblum in any movie now. He's just Jeff Goldblum, and they put him in a costume, right?
And just be Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah. But you didn't give me a script. That's okay.
Just say whatever comes to mind.
Yeah. Just look around you and just, roll with it.
Tell people how many Goldblums you'd give out of 10. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so to wrap up,
Yes.
you could watch Krampus.
Yes, Krampus was great.
You should watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. And watch Nightmare Before Christmas.
And The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
The Grinch Can Go to Hell. And Family Sounds Sucks. Anything else you want to add?
No, it sounds good to me.
Oh, wait, I have one quick question.
Okay.
What's your favorite Christmas goodie?
Ooh, Christmas goodie. Butter tarts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not the mincemeat ones that are gross.
No,
the
no,
butter
like,
ones.
I know, like the pecan.
No.
No, just butter?
Yeah, the butter ones.
Butter and sugar and tart.
Basically. It's delicious.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not the pecan, not the mincemeat ones that have...
What about with raisins in it? Or currants? Or just straight fucking butter and sugar?
It's not just butter and sugar, but it's pretty butter tart.
It's just butter and sugar.
Well, yeah. Well, and then if you're then you can go like the cookie,
What cookie?
shortbread cookies.
Oh my god, shortbread is so good.
Yeah. So, those two are the tops.
Okay. I was gonna say anything that's like chocolate and peppermint. Oh my god, it's so good.
Sure.
Yeah. That's pretty much my favorite. And those, oh, you know what else is so good? I think you can get them all year round, but I usually eat them at Christmas. Are those icy chocolates that come in like the different colored foils?
Yes. I think you can get those year round, but they're best at Christmas.
It's better that I not know that.
Well, I would say, or you can get the bigger pack at Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, those are good, man.
Yeah.
I love those.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, then that wraps it up.
Sure. Happy holidays for this one, and then we'll have another holiday discussion for the next episode, I think.
For the next episode.
Yeah.
And if you want to know when our episodes are coming out, you can follow us on Instagram at tome_of_uselessness. You can go to our website, which is tomeofuselessness.com.
Yeah.
You can go to our YouTube, which is Tome of Uselessness.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. You can follow me and Dan individually because we used to usually post. I'm at Lady Adventure for Hire. Dan is at Loki604. Loki is spelled Lowkey, in case you're looking for him. And where else can they find us? You can subscribe to our...
Check us out on iTunes. Subscribe,
Check us out, yeah. Review, rate and review us.
Yeah.
Give us 1 star or more.
Yeah.
And I think that's everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Our Nexopia page, nexopia.com/ MySpace.
Yeah.
Tome of
we're
Uselessness.
trending. Yeah, we're trending on MySpace these days.
Yeah. We're the only ones on MySpace.
Yeah.
That's why we're trending.
That's why we're trending, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Happy holidays. Merry Krampus.
Merry Krampus.
Krampus.
The Krampus.
Bye.